I am a mechanic, but I also am a clockmaker, and I came by it through my father.
David Stillman is enamored with the mechanics of clocks, an avocation that his father introduced to him as a profession in 1998, but his fascination didn't begin then.
From the time I was old enough to take things apart, I was taking the alarm clocks apart and things that I always got in trouble for. I was always taking something apart. Never could put it back together until I got older. My dad, being a clockmaker, he taught me what he could teach me about clocks, and it was good for both of us. We were a lot of times we weren't real close, and then it became a lot more close in his later years. And after he mellowed out and I grew up, we both got to where we saw eye to eye better than we did when I was a kid, and got to actually spend good time with him and learn the trade.
David's new trade afforded him a chance encounter with a prominent clock located in Spokane's Riverfront Park. Originally built in 1902 as a centerpiece of the old Great Northern Train Depot, the building was subsequently torn down to make way for an exposition in 1974, leaving the clock tower by itself, marking its past existence as a railway depot timepiece. Subsequent vandalism of the clock's mechanism in early 2000 made David's expertise a necessity to keep the clock running. Housed inside the tower, an old wooden enclosure with countless names upon it protects the movement that David inspects with the clock's current caretaker, Dave Randolph.
The spring that's in here, that's what's called a maintaining power spring. That ratchet on the other side maintains the power when you're winding it, so the clock doesn't stop. It was very interesting work to be able to delve into the antiquity part of it enough to know where it came from and how long it had been in place, and to see the work that other clockmakers had done to keep it running and to repair the things that needed. They move so slow, and they are so, everything is so precision on them that the wear is minimal generally. So most clockmakers will work on one or two of these in a lifetime. You know, I mean, they maybe go and service it once in a while, but as far as being able to take one apart and repair it, it's fairly rare. As long as they're maintained well, they'll last almost indefinitely. And that's with everything, though. You know, everything mechanical. If it doesn't get maintained, it doesn't work. It's so recognizable, you know, and everybody just love them once they see them and see how they work. They're in awe of the technology of the time, how things were built. You know, they were built to last, and anymore we just throw everything away.
High up on the corner of South Post Street and West 1st Avenue in downtown Spokane sits a clock that holds special interest for David. Originally built in 1904, the movement that is housed in a cupola that sat in the old Pennington Hotel now sits on the corner of the Davenport Hotel. During the restoration of the hotel in 2002, the clock was picked from its perch and placed in an adjacent parking lot. Inside its refurbished enclosure, David climbs up a 30-odd foot ladder to reach the main mechanism that turns the hands of the clock.
A lot of it was just the size and weight of it. Taking it apart, it couldn't come out of the tower as a complete clock. It had to be taken completely apart and moved down out of the tower and moved to the shop where I could work on it. I built 2 gears for it and rebuilt all the bushings and made a couple of extra bushings for it, and then polished everything, and I completely stripped the paint and repainted it the original color scheme. Rust treated it so it couldn't deteriorate any further than it already had. The pigeon dung that had been on it really stained the clock badly, so it really had to be repainted in order to get it to come back to its true value and colors. And with the polished brass and the green and the black of the Seth Thomas movements, they're quite an eyeful, went really clean and polished up. They're really a beautiful machine. It was from June through September is what it took. I had it back in the tower for their grand opening. Once you get it done, it really does show up, and you know, you get to the pride of knowing what you've done. You know, when you see something like this, when you drive down the street, oh, I made that run. You know, I made it work.
David Stillman is a man with a special connection with timepieces, especially ones that sit in public places. Now, after his father's passing, he daily uses some of his dad's expertise, accompanied by the ever-present rhythm of the mechanical beat.
Just the amount of time that I spent with my dad when I was working on this, the extra interaction with him, it reminds me of him a lot every time I come in here, because it was just that much of a learning experience and that much time spent with him. I'm humbled by it, being able to work on the antiquities that we have, and to see them actually functioning, and to know that it's done right and they're going to last. And for my dad, he was my mentor when I was doing the Davenport clock. He had to get his fingers in there and show me what to do, or tell me how to do this or that. And it was nice to have that interaction and be able to have also the training that went along with it. But I'll do this until the day I die. So it's one of those things that you find something that's a labor of love, you stay with it.
If you have an idea for Northwest Profiles, send it to KSPS TV, 3911 South Regal, Spokane, Washington 99223. Northwest Profiles is a presentation of KSPS Public Television.